This is really part of the journey we're on with them to try and make the Utilita Bowl the greenest cricket stadium in the world. I think it's unique in the UK for sure. I don't think we've got 1,044 panels. I don't think there's any other venue that's got that many. It's great in terms of the amount of electricity it generates. Probably 25% of what we use in the stadium is going to be covered by the panels, so that really helps. It reduces our environmental our carbon footprint, which is important. Financially, it's sustainable as well. It's probably it's into six figures the amount of money it saves every year, which again is important. The cost of energy is so high. And it's given us a showcase. It's given us an opportunity to be the first again at something which we're very proud of. The record we've got of being pioneers, of being groundbreaking, and I think it's a really important area that we've got to all be seen to be doing, taking positive action in. And if we can do something that's environmentally sustainable but also makes financial sense, then why wouldn't you do it?
How difficult was it, a decision weighing up, I guess, financially, because the upfront costs must have been quite high, but then you mentioned you could save six figures
Yeah.
in terms of that. How was that?
Well, really, Utilita, that's where Utilita really helped us, because this is the business they're in. It's a really growing area of their portfolio, and they've been able to give us support to help us with the funding side. So we'll pay for that over time with them. But they've really they were the ones who enabled us to go ahead with this. Without them, without their support, we wouldn't have been able to do this.
And yourself as well, being one of the counties that host international games, there's been a lot of talk about non-hosting and hosting counties, but how privileged are you here at the Utilita Bowl that you have Utilita on a long 8-year deal as well, bringing income into the county that way?
Well, it's about finding, it's really important to have good partners to work with, but also partners that share the same values that you do and the same core beliefs. And I think, and Utilita is a local company as well. Its head office is around the corner here, so the stars aligned really for us in terms of as brands. I think we both see ourselves in terms of our brand positioning in a very similar way as well. We've got the same beliefs in terms of how we like to, we've both got community trusts, foundations that we try and give a little bit back. So there was a lot of common ground there, and so it's made sense for us in terms of our aspirations. I think it aligns with theirs as well, and hopefully we're helping them to develop their business, and certainly since we've put the panels up or announced the project, we've had literally dozens of people knocking on the door saying, how do you do that, can you introduce us to them? So I think it's a good partnership. I think it's working for us, and it's hopefully it's working for them as well. And
it's the next step on the renovation of the ground, the development of the ground. Of course, 2027 there's an Ashes test here as well. How proud are you that the Utilita Bowl and Hampshire Cricket get to host an Ashes?
Well, it's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
We've been we've been looking to host an Ashes test for the last 15 years or so, but we're really proud that we finally got one in 27. We're looking forward to that incredibly. We've got a great stadium here, a great stage for an Ashes test to be held on, but I think we've got plans over the next few years to try and make the stadium even better before that game. Obviously, we're looking forward first of all to tomorrow. England and Australia are here now, and we've got a game tomorrow, but we've got all sorts of plans to really take the venue to another level and continue to lead the way in terms of facilities for the players, but also spectator experience and just making cricket a better experience.
And how much does hosting test matches help? I know you've hosted a few tests before, but it's all and well. It's good having the one-off ODIs, T20 series, but I guess from an income point of view, having a 5-day test match must be huge for the company.
They're good when they go 5 days.
Very rare nowadays.
That's true. That's obviously the pinnacle. Hosting Ashes Test, hosting India Test. That's where you want to be in terms of sporting spectacle. That's what we built this stadium for, really, to host games like that. But obviously, they're the ones that give you the best financial return as well. And there's not many of them. And I think, frankly, we play too much cricket at the moment. So there should be fewer games. But the Ashes is a classic of that. You look forward to that every 4 years in this country, and we're already looking forward to 2027, and that tells you how exciting it is.
And just a couple more. Where do you see the health of the English game at the minute financially?
Well, I think the English game's not in the greatest of health at the moment financially. I think there's a lot of counties that are struggling. I don't think anyone's, maybe one or two, but most are, are short of money, to whether it's to pay the bills, or whether it's to fulfil their ambitions for what they want to do with their stadia, with their squads, with their pathways, with supporting their communities. So we all, I think, could do with an injection of cash to make to help us with our visions, our dreams for the game, to make and our legacy that we're going to leave for the next generation. So I think private investment is definitely the way forward for that. We've been privately held here at Hampshire for 20 odd years. That's Hampshire wouldn't be here if it weren't for a private investor. So I don't think there's anything wrong with the private investment, as long as you get the right private investors. And I think it's an exciting time for the game. I think we're on the cusp of real sort of generational transformation that could shape the next the next 30-40 years of how the game looks, but really bring the game to more and more people as well. I think we're the fastest growing sport in the UK. We've probably, I think it's something like 3 million attendees of last year, and there's scope to grow that much more. So, but investment, making the better facilities, just making everything more accessible, and also rewarding the players better, making cricket more of an aspirational sport. The players don't get paid very much compared to other sports that maybe one or two at the top level do, but there's a whole sort of network of players who don't, and probably deserve to be paid much better. So I think investment all round is going to help us with all of those things.
Because there's been a lot of reports in the press about Hampshire's involvement with the GMR group. I'm not going to go into specifics about that. I know you probably can't, but is it a case of it helps that Hampshire are quite a unique, they're not a member-owned county, as you say, so that will obviously help in bringing private investment. But is it in a case for English cricket to maybe make it not please everyone, upset a few people, but for the long-term future of the game?
Well, we always try and do what we think is in the best interest of the game, and of our venue and our spectators, our fans, and our local community, and we'll always do that. And I think, as I said, there's nothing wrong with private investment as long as you've got the right private investor. Yeah. If we were to partner with a new investor, it would be a party that we thought was the right person to hand the baton over to, and we've got a legacy here that we've been working on for the last 20 odd years. We're not going to give that away lightly. We want to make sure that we pass that baton on to the right people, and they grow it in a way that we probably couldn't do. So it's exciting times in a whole range of different ways.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app, and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.